be pumping the siege tanks. The siege tanks are the key to this sort of strategy, and he cannot afford to be siege tank light and vulture heavy, especially with Best taking over the entire map. I don't think there's a lot Iris can do about Best taking over the entire map at this stage. He just needs to create his own large attack force, get a lot of troops out, and then play from there. It looks like that 6 o'clock location just about up. Only vultures to defend it. A good Dragoon Arbiter Observer force might be able to take that out alone. Would sacrifice another base, but that'd still be a win for Best. And yeah, a couple mines just running up, and it looks like Iris not accomplishing a lot with these. Another good mine drag. Best has been right on top of having, whenever he's had Dragoons out in the field, he's had one Zealot in the mix exactly right here. And he's just made sure that Zealot has just taken the lead and taken down a lot of mines. And that's really just incapacitated these vultures altogether. 2 Arbiters now up. It looks like he's going to arrange for another big attack. Now some tanks being produced, a couple Goliaths alongside, and Iris getting caught a little bit spread out again. Let's see if Best can get another brilliant positional maneuver. A couple Dragoons here, and here's the descent from the north. Looks like it's going to get spotted, so Iris is going to be prepared this time. And there's the squash, so Best just going to have to back off. He's going to have to let Iris take that additional base. And Iris from this stage, let's see if he continues to press up and just threaten. Once you control that bottom lane, you can really defend that entire 6 o'clock position fairly easily. You don't have to worry about your main as much. Wow, that's a lot of factories. And then you can just start sending forays out into your opponent's base. Another nice EMP. Looks like the stasis came out just in time, but still 2 arbiters out in the field. Let's see if this stasis gets 3 tanks. A large Dragoon grouping coming down from the north, however. Another science vessel moving out. Let's see if he decides to EMP nevertheless. And with 3 science vessels out in the field, this still should be a pretty decent attack for us. I think the upgrades really pay for it. But reinforcements coming down. More siege tanks down the line. So it looks like Best is going to win this fight once more, just off the pure reinforcements coming back. Actually, it looks like he's going to win it with his initial Dragoons. Level 2 weapons. I'm still not seeing that level 3. And that was really the difference there. I think Iris should have been at level 3, level 2 armor there. At least had level 2 armor up online. I'm not sure if he paused on the upgrades or not. But the strategies employing, he really needs to make sure he's on top of that. Zealot's running down to try to kill a couple of units, and that was a huge win for Best. Best going to be able to apply pressure. That's going to back off that 6 o'clock, and Best with his macro is now, I would say, in firm control of this match. Firm control of this match. He just has too many expansions. Looks like Iris trying to counterattack with a couple Goliaths and a couple more troops. It looks like the science vessel's in a race to get up there, but oh! All of them stasis midstream, and Iris is losing control. He is, first of all, Best has been up a base for quite some time. That's a great position for him as far as the macro monster goes. Looks like another 2 arbiters going to get taken out, and ooh, Best really needs to keep those arbiters alive as long as possible. But 3 science vessels is a great exchange, a beautiful exchange. It looks like, oh, actually, Best not going to hold around. Okay, there he's holding his troops around. It's like, you might want to hold around and take those out. Now Iris trying to venture out again, and I don't think that Nexus was taken out at the 1 o'clock position. So currently 4 bases versus 3, and I think Iris is a little bit, I think his main's mined out. I think Best's main is mined out as well. His secondary has to be thin, but at the very least, yeah, those 3, the poor 3 science vessels looking through that glass wall. So scared. But anyway, 3 o'clock position, which, again, Best space. I think it's mined out. I think his secondary is mined out as well. He's mining off the upper left too, but that's still 1 over what Iris has right now. Iris trying to take that bottom right and trying to secure that 6 o'clock as well. And he's really done a great job of forcing Iris back, making sure he couldn't really establish anything out in the field. And it's, again, very vulture heavy, wandering more vultures, I guess, to just provide that speedy troop. And this is the thing, is Iris really needs to hold this choke right here at the 6 o'clock. That's all he needs to hold, is that reinforcement point right in position there. If he had just some siege tanks along that ridge and just kind of held that, he would be okay. But instead, he's just sending out these huge forces of vultures with mines, and with those observers out there front and those zealots dragging everything. He really, they're just, vultures are good for harassment and they're good for annoyance. They're not so good at holding ground, and right now Iris is doing neither. He's not really harassing. He's trying to hold ground with vultures, and I just don't think that's a good idea. Moving out with another group of siege tanks, a couple more Goliaths now, and it looks like he might have caught Best's army out of position, but Best might just ignore it. I'm sorry, actually, that looks like there's some arbiters to the north. He might just go in for a large counterattack. Another nice stasis. There are no science vessels to EMP, and he catches again. Oh my goodness. The stasises have made this game for Best. Absolutely made it. That entire army is in glass, and there is nothing they can do but watch that command center, the bottom right, getting taken out. and a couple Vultures able to hang out the 1 o'clock, but I think Best has won this game. That command center is going to get taken down. Iris is going to get starved out. Best is going to macro his way to victory at this stage. But honestly, those stasises were absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. There's nothing there's nothing that Iris can do to save that army. All he can do is watch. Oh man, and again the Vulture's kind of wandering out there, not doing anything. Oh, it's going to come on stasis just all at once and just get crushed. Oh, it's so devastating. So it looks like Best is easily going to be able to take this match for SKT. Easily going to be able to take this match. A couple probes dying there at the northern position, but Best really doesn't care. He can just push straight in because Iris can't even replenish the army he has. He's got 3 siege tanks for the entirety of his defense right there. Best knows it just instinctually, and he's going to careen down with very little opposition. Very little opposition. And what beautiful match, I gotta say, by both players. But the stasis, I would say the early game was nice by Iris, but that mid game, the stasis was just killer. I think Iris had the right instinct on the initial, which is just end the game then, instead of letting it delay to this stage. Now Iris GG's, Best takes the match, and SKT is up 2-1. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Gonna move on to the 4th match between Savior and Hyuk.
좀 유리한 고지를 좀 더 확실하게 지키기 위한 이런 선택을 하지 못한 배영태 선수 입장에서는 진짜 안타까운